welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 246. I don't have that many fingers on one hand. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. That's me. You are also joined by Mr. Josh. Oh my gosh.
He's back. Voldemort's back.
He is. The triumphant, the prodigal boy returns for his trophy. Like, we didn't think it would ever come through. We didn't think there would be a win, but Josh returns triumphantly. My gosh.
That's why I've been like, I've gone for so long, because, I just needed to have that anticipated return.
That's it, like a strange exile for you to then return holier than ever. But not only do we have Mr. Oh my gosh, it is Josh. We also have Mr. Matt Wine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Whey. Oh, it is. That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. This is.
It's always been the thing.
It's warm and comfortable. It's like a nice blanket on a cold day. It's just, this is where we sit. So it is Fret Talk number 246. You are joined by your cornucopia of cast hosts. And we are about to chat shit for about 45 minutes and then potentially give you a tiny little sliver of news.
And we're not exaggerating, actually, at all.
I mean, the only exaggeration is that 45 minutes seems a little bit sparse. But we'll see what happens. I will promise you one thing. I'll promise that we're going to have a further... like a furtherment on the Digitech Harman happenings that was going on last week. There is a little bit further news with that, but you're gonna have to stick around for the end. Very, very last 2 minutes of the podcast to find out about that. First thing we do our standards. What have we been up to, gentlemen? Who wants to go first and delight our listeners? Go on, Matt. You're looking eager here.
I mean, I was saying to the lads, I don't think I've picked up a guitar since the last time I recorded a podcast. I actually think that was wrong. I think I've done a band practice. But what we did, because I think it was like 2 days later, I haven't got a clue. I know I learned some new songs, but I need to learn them again for Thursday's practice, because I haven't got a fucking clue what they were even. I just remember it wasn't really for me. It's a party, and they've asked for some modern music. And
modern? Are we talking like Lady Gaga's last album modern, as in a decade ago?
I mean,
are we talking actual modern?
I feel like one of the songs was by a guy called Fender, but I don't know who he is.
Fender?
Sam Fender, maybe? Is that a modern man?
I recognise the name.
I think it's Sam Fender, and
his brother Sam Telecaster.
Yeah,
Billy Gibson.
And then there was one. What was that man that sounds like he's eating a sandwich when he sings?
What?
George Ezra. We're doing one of his, and basically we're putting some modern stuff that we'll put in the set for all of one.
Rihanna or something.
All of one.
Rihanna hasn't released anything within about probably 12 years.
I genuinely don't know.
She was in that film.
But we had this last time that me and you had a cast, Matt, where we were going, oh yeah, Lady Gaga. And it was, when was the last time she actually released an album?
2015, something like that.
Yeah, and it was...
I think it would have been 2015, 16, because I saw her on tour in 2017 with the new album stuff. So.
Yeah, quote unquote new album in 2015. I know it feels like 2015 was 2 years ago to us, but it wasn't. It was almost a decade ago. We need to get with the times, and
man, that's just hit me hard.
Genuinely, there's like this is something, and like people will shout at me because I sound like Rick Beato, but there is no music anymore. Everything is there's no instrumentation. Like my missus was going, oh, this you'll like this. It was, I don't know who it was, and it was a collection of songs from 2010 to 2017 from a band that she.
Now that's what I call Music 49 or something.
Well, no, it was one band's collection of singles, and she's like, "Oh, you won't mind it. It play like they're playing actual music." And she's right. It sounds like something that would have been in the top 20 albums in 2007 because it was like indie-ish with, you know, a little bit of clean guitar and the odd distorted riff here and there. And I've never heard of the band, and I can't even remember the name of the band. They've never done anything because they were a little bit after their times. And she was, and yeah, the most was just like, oh, you know, this is like your kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, but it doesn't get released in the charts anymore. So I never the way I used to listen to music was I would hear about it on the radio, or hear about it on Kerrang, or hear about it on Q, and then go away and buy the album. But because I never hear about, I don't want to go away and sift through 4 billion songs on on Spotify to go away and find the things that are being released that I like.
Yeah,
I don't have the time for that shit. So because it's not being gifted to me by virtue of like it being in the charts,
yeah,
I'm never going to find the modern stuff that I wouldn't mind listening to. And that, I'm not saying it doesn't get made and there's no good music being made. What I'm saying is I'm never going to find out about it because I'm not the kind of person who's going to fall down a 9-hour YouTube rabbit hole looking for one band that I might like from 2017.
I mean, like there was a comment that I made at the TV today, which pretty much encapsulates that entire feeling. Which was, it was like an advert for like various music channels, and it was showing like all of the music videos back from when I was like in my teenage years.
Yeah,
and I pointed at the TV and just went, "Do you remember when like music TV used to actually do music?"
I was literally about to say that. I was like, do you remember back in the day when MTV used to actually be like, I don't know, you know, Metallica or, you know, fucking Alice in Chains or Nirvana or whatever, not fucking.
I mean,
Yeah,
by the time I got music TV, like all of the music channels, MTV and like all of the MTV spin-offs were Teen Mom, essentially.
yeah,
There was
Cribs
Cribs
Sweet
and
16,
yeah,
Teen
yeah.
Mother, yeah, all that nonsense. Like, so what you just reminded me. In my last job when I was working the night shifts, for a laugh we put Kerrang on, and I shit you not, every single song that was released, every song that was on for like a good 4-hour period of a night shift was released between 2000 and 2007.
Yeah.
Kerrang is just playing the same thing it played when we were 15.
Yeah, and that was how I used to find music. It was like I'd switch between Kerrang and Scuzz.
I was literally about to say Scuzz.
Yeah, because like the adverts for Scuzz didn't time up with the adverts for Kerrang, so you could get like non-stop music TV.
Yeah,
and then like the moment you heard a band that were pretty cool, you'd be like, yeah, I'll go check them out. Like I heard about Coheed and Cambria through Kerrang, and those guys slap.
I mean, most of my teenage music collection came from I heard of a band on Kerrang, so I either went out to HMV to buy one of their albums and one of the other bands that I'd found's albums in the 2 for a tenner deal.
Yeah.
Or a little bit later on, ripping their music off LimeWire.
No, officer. But yeah, I mean, it was how it was done, man. Like someone somewhere would curate the. You're right there, John.
Sorry, I'll bring it. I'll say what I've just seen in a sec.
Yeah, like
Christ.
People would curate the music that you got to listen to, and we had like an alternative music chart through Kerrang and Scuzz, and like through Kerrang Radio as well, which at the time played similar kind of stuff. Like you had like the different rock shows, and you had like different eras of rock that it would play, but it'd have rock shows that would play generally quite new music.
Yeah,
and there's just none of that anymore. Like you say,
one of the things that shocked me with Kerrang is they did Red Hot Chili Peppers versus the Foo Fighters, which you think they're two bands that are still releasing music now and didn't play any of their modern songs at all. It was just, you know, stuff off their like late 90s, early 2000s albums. It was all just, they just forget about anything they released after about 2007. Just listen to these 23 songs from the two bands from this era. It was literally, and like they did things like Blink-182 versus Green Day, ignored everything after American Idiot with Green Day, as you do.
Yeah. And that's why we don't listen to like new music anymore because the channels with which we used to get music just pander still to us. They pander to our teenage selves.
Yeah.
Which is why we stopped listening to it, I'm sure.
Yeah,
because it was a case
you
of
get fed up of listening to the same 29 songs on repeat,
yeah,
day after day after day after day after day.
Yeah, I've listened to this for the past decade. I want to like do my own music, which is probably why I then started listening to podcasts in the car because it was a case of like I've heard all of this music now.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the ways that I found out about new music don't provide any new music anymore.
Yeah.
Unless it's in the charts and it's digitally produced and it is, some guy with a keyboard programming MIDI to make weird noises and over the top of it, and I just don't want to listen to that.
I mean, I'd like to say that's never been my bag. However, the missus put on a TV show the other day, and it was something like Remember 1996, and it focused on all of the music like from then. And
I was in a Top of the Pops one like that, and I think it was Top of the Pops like 94 or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean this one basically had one of those kind of like clip shows going on about all of the culture around that specific year, and then it had like a Top of the Pops like music roundup of those years, and there was shit like Skunk and Antsy, but also stuff like Faithless, and I was like, this was so eclectic, and there was so much like diversity music, like Spice Girls was there as well, and I was like, this is the stuff that I was listening to, and just did not appreciate the fact that there was some absolute fucking jams out at the time.
Yeah, but I mean, dance music has moved away from that though. There was melody in dance music in the 90s. There was a melody. It wasn't just somebody shouting over a drum beat, and that's all it is now. If you're lucky, you'll get the four chords that are in pop music. If you're lucky, but most of the time it's either somebody rapping over a drum beat or it's somebody shouting or yelling over a drum beat. There's no subtlety to music anymore.
R&B used to be, literally like
Craig
rhythm
David.
And blues.
Craig David, like talking about how he like had a week banging this chick.
Yeah, like old school rhythm and blues used to be stuff that you could kind of chill out to. Now it's just like,
Well,
I fuck my hoes and slap my bitch or something like that.
And I was like, I have this discussion with my missus all the time because she quite likes some hippity hoppity, as I call it. And she's welcome.
Get yourself a new woman.
But like, I mean, she likes real music as well, so I'll let her off. She can listen to it when I'm not around, as I keep saying. But like, just like, even think like in the 90s and earlier, there is some good rap music out there, and it had a purpose, and it was fun. And now, rap music is just about how many times can I say words that we shouldn't even be discussing anymore, and just words that should have fallen off the face of the planet. And if some people are trying to do that, and other people are just trying to.
It's a word that begins with N by any chance.
It's a word that basically there was the thing that kind of I remember about this the most was. Kanye West did a performance at the Brits, and I would say, I think this is going back a while because I think it was the one where Alex Turner
did probably a decade ago as well.
I think he did his mic drop, so I think it was 2014.
Okay,
but
yeah.
Literally, the outro of the Brits was supposed to be a 12-minute Kanye West concert, and it was literally silent more than it was you listening to him rap because they couldn't broadcast the lyrics before 9 p.m. So what was the point in him even being there? It's just, I mean, there's not much in the way of good music that gets in the charts for me anyway. I listen to it occasionally because I have to.
I was saying to my mom, because like to be fair, like if my mom's driving the car, I mean, she grew up with like, Iron Maiden and DC, whatever. But when she's in the car most of the time, she's got Radio 2 on, to be fair. And but there's worse choices, let's be honest, but still Radio 2 occasionally plays good bangers. It's like you can listen to the songs of what are being made today because it's literally like the chorus is just like without me, and it's like there's been 17 people that have had a meeting to discuss. Okay, is this the chorus that we agree we're going to go with? And then you've got
board
fucking,
meeting to discuss what this song should who this target audience
it
should
takes
be.
teams and teams of people to write these songs, and yet you had people like, I don't know, Dave Mustaine, writing Holy Wars, or Freddie Mercury doing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, that's the one I always remember. Is there was a meme, and I say it's a meme. I think it was a meme before memes were called memes. From like I don't know how long ago Baby was, but you remember
E-Bam's
Justin
World.
Bieber, Baby, ooh.
Yeah.
There's 11 people with a writing credit on that. There's one person with a writing credit on Bohemian Rhapsody, and that sums up music. It sums up modern music perfectly, and people will hate me for it. And I'm sure Stuart Tate is like scrolling through his phone like camera roll looking for the old man shouts at cloud meme. And
you know what? We need to just lean in and embrace it now, because on my count we're about 15 minutes into the podcast and we've not really talked about what we've been up to. We've just shouted about how music sucks these days.
Yeah, apologies. I don't even. That's my fault for saying we had to learn some modern crap and then learning songs 5 years ago that no one's heard of.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but so that's what I've been up to this week.
I mean, excellent, good work, Matt. Josh, you had some stuff as well, didn't you? So
I've done things. Me.
Yeah, so you've got a little secret thing that you wouldn't tell us before the cast.
Yes,
you wanted.
So I'm going to kick off with this first because it will make an interesting talking point. The other guitarist in the Paramore tribute, he was turning up like to practice with like a Boss. I think it was like an ME70 and this little Vox practice amp. And I was like, "What you mean? What have you actually got? Because surely you ain't gigging with that." And he's like, "Oh no, I've got Marshall stack, blah blah blah." And he says, "Oh, I've got this head rush thing, but I can't get it to sound good." And I was just like, "I'll take a look at it for you." So the next practice, lo and behold, he brings the head rush. Said, "There's the box, everything's in there." And I got in when I come in from rehearsal, so I was off on the Monday. Literally, the head rush actually still had the cellophane on the screen.
So
that's why it didn't sound any good.
One of the default settings.
And I had
tone was being choked by the cellophane. That's how it works, isn't it?
I know. Isn't that why we all take the cellophane off? And literally, like, I just turned it. I plugged it in. I turned it on. I didn't look at the instructions. I had no idea what I was doing. I just went, okay, made a dirty patch without listening to it, and made a clean patch without listening to it. The first time I listened to them was literally when we got into the rehearsal studio the following Sunday. Plugged it in, and he was running it through the PA, and I was like, you know what? That ain't half bad considering I didn't listen to anything that I actually like. I took it was a Marshall in brackets, whatever they called it. I can't remember. Yeah, Truth Screamer in the front. I put a compressor. Tube Screamer compressor amp in the loop. I put a graphic EQ, spring reverb, and then I think that was pretty much it. And then the clean was virtually the same. I just put a delay in the loop instead and a slight chorus. But is that now showing that how easy it is to get a usable sound through using these digital products now? Because I didn't,
that you don't even need to listen to what you've done.
I know I can program it in, and I know how in theory, I know how it's going to sound.
Yeah.
But it kind of just took the challenge out of it, because it literally took me 5 minutes. I just sat on the end of my bed, went brrr, done, brrr, done, and he says like, I haven't had to change a thing. It's all I've been using now.
I mean, that's a success story. That is. Is this the so which head rush is it? Because there's the gig board,
the
and
mini, like
the
the
small
mini one, the mini like 2 or 3 button one.
Yeah, kind of like Stomp
Head Rush
equivalent.
XS or something.
It's got 3 buttons in the. Is it the one with the treadle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a what's your helix called? That's not a helix.
It's like a
Stomp, yeah,
stomp
So it's
with
like a stomp, but with a treadle on the right hand side.
Oh shit, man!
Because I looked at getting one of those, and
you know what?
decided
It's
against it
actually,
'cause
to be
I
fair,
hate menus. But
it's pretty good, and it was really intuitive. You know, for the fact that I managed to jump straight in and making this preset, and
Yeah.
you know, without having to kind of look at anything. But I was expecting it to be hot, like I don't know. For the fact I hadn't listened to what I had made, I thought it was going to sound shuffordable.
so
Quote.
I mean, I get where you come from. I'll just talk about it from what I imagine his side is. It's like you've made however many patches on the quad cortex, and you're used to these kind of interfaces. And okay, you might not know exactly what buttons to press on the head rush, but you know what's broadly what sounds good on a QC in terms of the EQ, in terms of the bass amp, in terms of what to put in where. If you've not done any of that before, I see the menus and I freak out, and I've never even owned one of these things. Like, I keep thinking about the likes of the Stomp and this head rush, which, like I say, I considered when that came out because I actually quite like the idea of the treadle, because I might actually use a wah then, because I've owned a wah for 15 years or whatever, and I can't be asked putting it on the board because of the stupid fucking feet, because Dunlop. And like for me, the thing that puts me off buying them every time is, but menus are just not like if I sit there, I'm either going to sit there for 3 days, or I'm gonna just use the bass patches that come with it that are never going to sound right, because they're not the kind of things that people are looking for. They're the kinds of things that are there to demonstrate how chorusy the chorus gets, how reverby the reverb gets, and it's not a usable live sound. It's there to demonstrate that you can get a really ambient sound or whatever.
Yeah. From what I can recall, there was literally like it says in the top left corner. It said new, so I pressed new, and then it comes up. I think there's like 10 blocks, like 10 or 8 blocks that just got like a plus in it. So I just clicked it, like, the 4th one along, and I just clicked that, and then it comes up, says, what you want, amp, distort,
like the type, like modulations.
Yeah, it gives you, so I literally just clicked amp, and I saw like it looked like a Marshall, so I was like, okay, yep. And then what was quite nice is then it takes you straight into another menu and asks you what cab you want.
Okay,
so you can match it up, or you can go for something different. And there was it asked if you wanted mics, and it says you can put do preamp or whatever. But I had to admit, what I did like, which I think was genius, was when I added the tube screamer, and it did this for the other pedals as well.
But you mean Metal Zone?
No, I actually genuinely
Google,
use the tube screamer.
Google autofill.
But it actually says it'll there was options for like smooth, warm, lead. Like actually,
it had like inbuilt presets for each effect.
Presets
okay, that's really good.
And it did it for the compression. It did it for the reverb. It did it for the EQ. And I was like, you know what? For somebody like Matt that you don't know what you're tweaking.
Yeah.
Maybe you could just press that. Go. I know I want a warm tone, so you just press that. And I thought that was genius. I thought it was genuinely genius.
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea, and that's like the thing is, I think if I actually sat down with one, I'd be fine. But I'm just put off by thinking about menus, because, like I say, I will either go to the nth degree and it'll be 3 days before I plug a guitar into it, or it'll be the opposite way where I just want to plug in straight away and I'll just use the wrong patch or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of the ones on the HX Stomp are absolutely unusable if you are just plugging straight into it and expecting a tone, because like some of them don't even have amp modeling on it. It's just almost using it like an HX effect, where it's got here's a huge sounding stereo delay with like an auto filter at some point, and you're playing it, and it sounds like you direct to the desk kind of tone. And this is shit, but it sounds really really spacey shit.
The only thing that I think I struggled, like there was a way to go into like changing banks and that didn't seem the most like kind of clear laid out, because it's like you either press the middle one and the right to go up, or like the middle one and the left one to go down. Like I struggled to fathom that out. That was the most confusing thing for me. But that's
I'm assuming that this is a pedal that you could get MIDI controllers to work with as well, and then you can
I
just
think
have,
so, yeah.
rather than having like 2 button presses, you can just have like an outboard 2 button foot switch to bank up and down between them.
I think so, yeah. The only thing that I say would have been a downside to it was I don't know what it's like for I'm assuming that like the HX Stomp is the equivalent, but it only had 1/4-inch jack outs. It didn't have an XLR.
Yeah, same with the Stomp.
Oh, okay. So the Stomp is the same.
Yeah. At that size, they've all done away with the XLR outs. I think I'm not sure that the Boss has got XLRs either, but it'd be a nice. It would be a nice.
It's a nice option to have, but it's still not bad. But then obviously you don't want to turn up to a gig and then wonder are they going to have a DI box or?
Yeah, but like a DI box is what, 20 quid you could pick up.
Yeah, I think you can get the Behringer ones like for like 20, 30 quid or something like that. But let's say, to kind of go back to my point, does that just kind of show you now that how easy it is to get a tone?
I think like once you've got used to setting it up on one of them, I think it's almost interchangeable, because you know what sounded good on one will help you to, like I say, you know what type of amp you want to use, roughly what kind of pedal that you want to stick in the front end if you need to, and you certainly know what kind of EQ curve is going to make it sound better than. Yeah, I'm sure you can mess around with the EQ curve and make them all sound shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I certainly think I think once you get used to doing one, I think they're broadly going to be all like fairly intuitive once you kind of got used to doing them. It's the same. Like I'm the opposite of this, but it's the same with phones. Like if you've used a smartphone before, it doesn't matter really which brand. I can control a Samsung despite the fact I've never owned a Samsung. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, I like the fact how you said that it's got the little presets built in. It's a bit like when you use plugins with your DAW.
Yeah.
So it's almost making it like that kind of user friendly. I like that.
Yeah, it's like when I've tried to say like the neural DSP stuff. The first when you get a plugin, the first thing you do is you look through the presets and kind of go, oh, that, and
yeah, here's your starting points, and then from there I can tweak it to my.
But I've owned various different modelers. Like I've done Kemper, I've done Guitar Rig, I've done the Pod X3 Live and HD 500. It's the first time I've come across one of these where when you're adding pedals, it gives you the option: do you want a warm drive, smooth drive, blah blah blah. And I genuinely really liked that feature.
I think we're getting to a point now where the modelers are so like they're good enough, they're accurate enough that if you're putting in a Marshall sound to that they're going to be pretty much the ballpark along all of the any of the modelers that you use. So you've proven that you can actually make patches without really having to hear it, because on my one, this one will sound this way, and it's not going to be a million miles away.
He was doing the same sort of thing. He was running it through. He tried running it through through a power amp into a cab. Sounded good. Yesterday he was running it into an FR.
Yeah,
sounded good. I think all we had to do was he thought he had too much low end, but it was just I'd knocked the switch on the back of the FRFR to deep. I was like, that's why you're getting so
there
much
you
low
go.
end.
Yeah.
And he's run it through the PA, and it's been good. Is it up to the, obviously, is it up to the quad cortex standard? I would say no.
Yeah.
It still has that digitally sort of, presence that you can't really get, that you can't really get away from.
Yeah, but like,
for
with
the
a little bit of
price
tweaking, like you can potentially minimize that. And considering what you'd done was all kind of blind editing,
yeah,
that
blind taste test, as you put.
yeah, like an ear taste test.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's really cool. You also, Josh, last week, you gave us some delightful oral tones of the RE2, did you not?
Yes, and it's very quickly becoming one of my favorite pedals.
Yeah, boy.
I've had more time to get into play around with it, and it's now when we do decode, it's I specifically just all I'm running is the clean amp I'm using on the quad cortex. Then I've got a loop of the space, the RE2, the space echo, and that's it. And it sounds absolutely like near enough spot on to the record with like how it's done with the whatever effects are on the album. I've tried doing it with ambient stuff, and I absolutely love it. I really, really love it more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
It's always wanted that DD20, the little dual latching foot switch one. It was always one of those ones where I see one upside and go, do I, don't I? And I thought, I'm probably not going to get the use out of it. And then when obviously we seen the RE2 was coming out, I was like, right, I'm finally going to pull the trigger, and I'm so glad I did.
Yeah,
I'm so glad I did.
Why not?
I love ambient tones and playing around with stupid big reverbs and delays, and just using the RE2 I was lost, and I loved it. I love it so much.
Yeah, I mean, we got the sense on the video you were just kind of jamming out and really getting lost in those tones.
Yeah, I thought like I went for the baritone because I've weirdly for ambient sort of stuff I quite like the baritone. I think having that lower tuning just helps give it a little bit more kind of mystique to it. And yeah, I literally all I did was I plugged it into the loop of the Cortex. I hit record on the cameras, and all right, okay, let's go. And I very quickly found a sound that I liked.
Yeah.
And I kind of stuck with it, and I'm now like I've started trialing the different like there's 1 to 12 on the parameters.
Yeah.
And trying all those. The only thing I haven't tried yet is putting it with because I think you can use an expression pedal with it. I haven't tried that yet.
Has it got MIDI in that one?
It's got the weird little Boss MIDI.
Yeah, the 3.5 mil.
Yeah. So I haven't found a way of how I would use that with the quad cortex yet.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the patch that I've made up for it works beautifully, and I don't really want to change it now.
Yeah, it's one of those that if you mess with it, you're never going to get it back.
Yeah, because I was fiddling around for it, and it works for decode perfectly to the point of where the delay repeats don't overpower what you're actually playing. So you don't have that. When you're kind of fighting it, and you can't tell what you're actually playing and what the
kind of
repeat is.
Gets lost a little bit.
Yeah. But then, like, as soon as you stop, it does kind of carry on and sparkles away, and you can also kind of just do a hold a chord, and it will just go, and it'll go, and it'll go.
Yeah, so it's adding kind of almost like a sustain to your clean chords as well.
Yeah. So I've kind of got it. I think I've kind of got it in the butter zone.
I mean, it did sound as if you were going to say you got it in the butt.
Have I found a downside with it? I'm not a huge fan of like the wow and the flutter feature.
Yeah.
I'm running that quite low.
Yeah.
I think purely because of the purposes of how I'm mainly using it, it kind of just colours the sound of it too much.
Yeah, it can. Like it basically detunes the
notes,
repeats, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And for some people, that's exactly what they want, but for others, getting like a weird dissonance.
Yeah.
Is
I think
really
if I was kind of doing the whole shoegaze, synth wave sort of stuff, then yeah, it would probably be absolutely bang on for that. But for what I'm using it for, definitely not.
Yeah.
But that's not even really a criticism. It's just a feature that I don't see I need to use at the moment.
Well, and just to add to that, your criticism of it's got the 3.5mm MIDI cable thing. Yeah, the Boss branded converter is 14 quid, or you can get an off-brand one on eBay for $195.
And what's the difference between any of them?
One's made in China and one's got Boss written on it.
Yeah,
they're both made in China.
They're probably both made in China.
Yeah, I said they're probably both made in China. One's just got a Boss sticker lamped on it.
Yeah, but yeah, like literally, I mean, you can find other ones for like a $5 on eBay, but yeah, like they go right the way down to like $195 on eBay. So it's not like it would cost you a lot if you wanted to try and control it with your quad cortex.
Yeah.
So does the quad cortex have like MIDI capabilities as well? Can it send MIDI signals?
Yeah. It's completely MIDI.
Interesting.
I haven't really bothered, kind of delving into it, but you can say, like, if you've got a pedal board like Lee's, you can absolutely run a hybrid board and use the quad cortex and MIDI control at the same point if you want to.
So it'd almost work as the brain of your unit at that point, wouldn't it?
Well, we are hoping. I haven't even began to think of this because it hurts my brain thinking about it. But we're thinking of running the whole band through it.
That'll be quite a challenge, but
it's doable. It's absolutely doable because we're thinking of. At the moment, I've made up the full Paramore set list of what we play, and I just like first one, second song, press down, next song, down, next song, down, next song. There's just various tweaks here and there. And it has got the capability to run Logic, and then you can use Logic to basically do like the session where it'll change everything for you without having to have it at your feet.
Yeah. Oh, like kind of like MIDI programs changes.
Yeah.
Shit, man, that is getting like next level.
Yeah. So we are toying with the idea of when we're more cemented.
Yeah.
Of trialing that.
I mean, on the one side, that is a really, really solid solution. But if it fucks up at any point, that's your entire band gone, isn't it?
But that's obviously like the downside with it is you are pinning your hopes up on Logic to suddenly going, oh, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
But, the fact that we can, in theory, gig the entire show and not have to have anything at our feet, not have to worry about, or I've got to run back over to my pedal board to change a patch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all automated.
Yeah. It's a really good idea, but at the same time, it's fucking terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen it done twice. I've seen it work successfully once, and the other time the guy's Mac crashed, and the entire so there was one guy who was literally just playing rhythm guitar who wasn't going through it, and you just had him strumming away and the drummer drumming, and then just this weird boom, and just silence from the rest of the band.
I know Periphery did it for a while with their Fractal.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a local covers band who put their. I think they're a Radiohead tribute, but I can't really remember. It might have been somebody, but yeah, they literally, and they must have programmed everything in time, because like you say, the laptop was at the back of the stage, and they were all just there, and it was changing patches between songs and doing all this fancy stuff, and then obviously once you're 5 songs into your set, there's no real way to work out exactly where in this program line you need to start it from again. So they spent 25 minutes trying to get back into it, and it didn't go really well. But like I say, I've seen it work. I've seen it work successfully as well.
That's the thing. When it works, it's brilliant.
It's so
but
smooth.
When it doesn't work, it's
catastrophic.
Beyond
It's live by the sword or die by the sword, though, isn't it? It's
because there are some songs that we have got synth tracks for Rose Coloured Boy or Hard Times or something like that.
Yeah, of
so
course.
Obviously being able to run that in conjunction with some of those would work, but again, it's just I'm tentative with it.
Yeah, I think baby steps with it. Baby steps.
Yeah, I like the idea of it, but at the same time, I'm like, if all of a sudden your laptop dies, it overheats or something like that, it gigs over.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to talk about what I've done this week very briefly, because as the prophecy was foretold, it's almost 45 minutes and we've still only talked about our stuff. Well, I released a video this week about the BudgetPed's Ono second. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Basically, without getting lawyers involved, it's a BEOD deluxe pedal. So quite similar to the BEOD head that you've got, Josh.
Which I've used once.
Indeed. So it's a dual channel version of that, essentially, where the first channel is slightly less gain, and the second channel is rip your head off on a style. But just really, really, really good. Very complicated. So the original one has got a 3-band EQ, a gain and a volume, and then each channel has got a switch. I think it's like a push button for tight, which reduces the bass end, shelves off.
Is the other one also cut by any chance?
Possibly. I don't think it's called. I don't think it's called cut on this one. In fact, actually, it's written in here because this was one that I needed notes for. Presence. There we go. So we've got tight and presence. So we've got tight tight's on a push button, I believe, so you can have tight on or off, and then presence is like a 3-way mini toggle, which gives you a bright, a medium, and then a dark kind of presence. The BudgetPed's version has improved on that and has put them both on pots, so you can really dial in that tone. And of course, those two controls work incredibly, incredibly sensitively with the 3-band EQ as well. So you can dial in if you've got the ballpark using your 3-band EQ, you can then really, really hone it in with the presence and the tight control. The tight control also is really interactive with the gain as well, because obviously the more gain the more bass that you put into a signal, bass gets driven hard, so you can kind of coax a little bit more gain out if you take the tight off just a touch. But yeah, so you've basically got a 2-channel. You can have a rhythm and lead circuit using the Ono second. Quite amazing. So I love that. And it's been quite a popular video as well, actually. There was something that I did want to talk about, and we will truncate this story a little bit. So I did a gig this weekend with the band. Nothing particularly too exciting. However, just after we'd done sound check, I thought I'll do a little bit of warming up. I'll do run through a couple of little scales. I turn the amp off, unplugged the guitar, ran through a couple of little scales, sat on my amp, and then suddenly the top E string felt really loose. I was like, oh, oh dear. So I then plugged everything back in and put the tuner on. The E had gone down to a B.
Bloody hell!
How have you done that?
The high E just went straight down to a B. I was like, this isn't good, because that's the kind of thing, like that ping and your string going flap A. Usually, from my experience, that means that it's unwinding itself at the ball end. So at this point,
See, when had you just restrung the guitar?
No, these are relatively old strings as well.
I was going to say, because usually, sometimes if you haven't given, what I tend to do when, when I'm restringing, it's I'll go, if I'm in, Paramore in drop C sharp, I'll get the strings to maybe, where I'm in, I don't know, C standard. There's still got a bit of tightness, but I'll give a really good fucking yank on them.
Yeah. If it had been like a new set of strings, I would have thought, oh, these are bedding in. And I usually do that, where I give them a good pull just to get any of the looseness out of them, and then I'll play them for about half an hour just to kind of bed them in. These are...
That's weird that he just suddenly went...
Yeah, ding, ding, brown. So I tuned it up, fully expecting the guitar string to just go ping.
Yeah.
At which point, I didn't have any spare sets of strings. I would have had to have played the entire night on 5 strings.
I've done that once.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it. I was up for the challenge. I thought it wouldn't be impossible, but it would be a bit of a ball ache.
It wouldn't be impossible, but it would be an inconvenience.
Oh, yes, incredibly inconvenient. So I feel that I probably need to put a pack of strings in my gig bag.
Why have you not got any spare strings with you?
Always have a pair of...
I have spare strings, usually at least one spare guitar.
I mean, I used to bring spare guitars. I'm sure I used to bring spare strings as well. I've got cocky though, haven't I? I've got cocky. And
I can tell you a slightly funny story actually, but I'll let you carry on.
I mean, I think that's where I'm at the moment, but I am considering just leaving a guitar in the car just in case.
Do it.
Just take
I
strings.
literally bring a spare. I bring spare cables, spare strings, spare amp, spare guitar, a simulator, like an amp simulator instead of an amp in case everything just dies. A Line 6 M5 on my board so that, if a pedal dies, I've still got that sound, with the exception of drive. Probably about 6 spare drive pedals. All of it lives in my box, just so that if anything goes wrong, oh no, my Tube Screamer style pedal has gone. Replace. Oh no, my Ragemaster style pedal has gone. Replace. Oh no, my Marshall in a box pedal is gone. Replace. I've got spares of literally every pedal on my board, with the exception of chorus. But like I say, that's covered by the M5 anyway. So,
I mean, this very much highlights the difference between our work ethics here, Matt. I very much rock up like the hired mercenary with the barest minimum equipment. I mean, to be fair, I have spare cables, and I've got a emergency drive box. In fact, it's the hairy thumb boost, just in case. So it's hairy thumb boost with a battery in it.
Yeah,
just in case the entire pedal board goes down.
So
I could do the Yeah, I could do the rest of the gig on the drive channel, cleaning up with the volume and boosting with the boost. I mean, it wouldn't be pretty. I'm letting you know that now. It would not be a pretty gig, but it would be a gig. So I've got that kind of area covered. But if anything went wrong with the guitar, I am fucked. And I think I might need to rectify that. At very least, just having a set of strings.
Yeah.
Always has that string.
I mean, like, bearing in mind that I can get to 3 boxes of strings from where I am.
Oh yeah, like shit.
Because this is where if I use a set of strings at a gig, I know that they're on my desk, and I just have to go straight to my desk and throw another one in the box.
Yeah, I mean, for my full sense of security, the strings that you just flashed up there are the exact strings I've got on this guitar.
Well, there's 2 different ones here because they're 10 to 46 and they're 9 to 42.
Yeah, but the Elixir coated, are they the Optis or they're the Nanos, aren't they?
These are Nano because I prefer the Nano. Most people go for Opti, but I prefer the Nano.
Yeah, I think
one of the medical brands that we work with make guitar string pedals.
Guitar string pedals?
Pedals.
Guitar strings.
Guitar strings.
Yeah, that.
Not Elixir, is it?
Gore. Yeah, that's the name of the company that make them.
Okay, so they make medical supplies and guitar strings.
Yep.
Nice.
Because I remember a rep once gave me like a box full of them. And he's just like, "You're a guitar player, here you go." And I didn't like the strings, to be honest.
Fair play. How about the medical supplies? Are they any good?
They cost a bomb, but they work.
But
which
at
is
least
the main
3
thing.
guitar strings. Right.
My experience with having the wrong set of strings was my dad was having to do. There was an issue with my Les Paul, and my dad's got like a full-on like workshop for his bike.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I bring it down," and I told him what the issues were. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can sort them. It's not a problem. It's only relatively minor things." But I thought, okay, while he's doing this, I've got to take the strings off anyway, so I might as well restring it. Grabbed a pack out of my metal box, stuck them in the gig bag, took the guitar down, away we go. I put the strings on, and I was like, "Man, these are tight." Like I was struggling to bend at all, and I was like, "Hold on a second, that's a wound third." And I was like, "Shit!" I picked up my baritone set, and of course these are like 13 to 62.
Oh, your neck must have been hating that.
Surprised it didn't end up like a fucking canoe.
It was elixirs that are made by Gore.
That was right, yeah.
Nice.
It's on the back.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I went to a restringing event at Guitar, when the OptiWebs were brand new.
Yeah,
and I bought my my Telecaster, like my LTD Tele, to them, and I haven't changed those guitar strings since. And this is probably about 3 years now, and they've still got life in them.
What?
They've still got life in them. Like you'd play that today, and you'd go, "Yeah, they're probably a couple of weeks old."
Yeah, I mean, I can't make them.
Evidently, you've not played the guitar enough.
I play it almost. I mean, you see how much I play this this Variax. All of the demos that I do on pedal boards of Doom, all of the gigs that I play, all of the practices, almost all of the guitar that I do is on that Variax, and they've been on there for 2 years, pretty much. So yeah, they last.
I can't make them last that long, but then a normal set of Ernie Ball Super Slinkies would last me 2 gigs if I'm lucky, like 4 hours, and I've rusted through the whole fucking thing. Whereas these last 6 months.
There you go, and that's economy of the purchase, there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a D'Addario user personally.
I used to use the D'Addarios, but then this. To be fair, I've still got like a few packs of D'Addarios up in my pedal cupboard, but the Elixirs they just do the job, and I don't have to change the strings half as much. And like I say, the ones on the Variax have been on, I'd say, about 2 years. The top 3 strings, none of them are black. Which
That would just give me so much anxiety knowing I had to change my strings in fucking like 3 years or whatever.
I tell you, the difference in work ethic between this guy. Like I know
if he gets to like 3 months and I haven't changed them, I'm like, right, I need to do a change. They may not even need it, but I need to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not quite. I'm worse in a way than Adam in that I tend to wait until the core of one of the wound strings snaps because it's been on for so long that it's worn through.
Yeah,
like that tends to be my trigger for changing a string. Is, oh no, the A string's gone and it's at the bridge and it's exactly where it's literally at the point where it's bent and it's been vibrating at that point.
Yeah,
for 6-7 months, whatever. And it's literally because the inner core has worn away because it's been played so much. That tends to be how I time when I change strings. The only exception is like when TT comes and I've got 6 gigs in 2 weeks, I'll do a restring the week before on all of the guitars that I'll use. So, there's 3 packs there and I'll restring the Les Paul, the Strat, and probably the Cabronita. And then those will be the 3 guitars I use for the couple of weeks.
The problem with having more guitars is how much the restrings get. I mean, when I had like 2 or 3 guitars, I was getting the NYXLs.
Yeah.
And then like when now I've got
ain't
7.
Nobody got that money. Yeah, you get in fucking Roto sound packs. Like
I just get the
packs.
XL ones now. And to be honest, like the NYXLs, I do miss them because they were so nice to play, but I ain't got the money for that now.
I found the NYXLs sounded dead out of the box, whereas the standard XLs sounded really bright and zinger.
Well, if you look on the back, that it does actually say that the XLs are voiced more brighter than the NYXLs.
Yeah, well, there you go. But to me, it sounded like an old pack of XLs. So I'm going to buy the cheaper ones. Anyway, so we're almost at an hour when we've done nothing. We've literally done nothing, guys. So let's do our lukewarm hot take. We're going to do a real quick one this week. First of all, as we mentioned at the foot of this podcast, Josh did win a week. He got a 50-50 split, which falls in the favour of the defender, which was Josh.
This for the Jeremy Clarkson smug face.
Indeed. So the most recent hot take was that like internal controls, like pedals that require you to adjust internal controls, are asinine. And this was the absolutely biggest response we've had to one of these lukewarm hot takes ever.
It was done about 40 minutes before going on air.
It was a proper rush job. But it was 60, 64, and then 29 against that.
There's an update to that. It is now 72 votes for and 37 votes against.
There we go. It's almost gone viral. This has. Let's hope some of those medical supplies can clear it up. So it turns out internal controls can get in the bin. That is the official stance of the Fret Talk podcast.
I wasn't involved in the podcast where you were talking about it, but obviously,
yeah.
who wants to take a screwdriver to a gig?
I love the fact that as soon as I seen it posted, I was like, "Yeah, this has got Matt written all over it."
Yeah, I mean, I did tag you in it all. Right, so this week's lukewarm hot take actually was posted as a comment in that poll, and it was by Mr. Andrew Bimpson, and it is: all pedals should have MIDI. All pedals should have MIDI. Who is getting on this one?
Wrong.
I'm pretty sure all of us are going to go wrong, and I will counter that straight away with Raise the Dead.
I mean, we have to have one person who's at least fighting Andrew's corner. I suppose I will take on the burden once again of fighting the wrong side of the argument.
This is where we actually probably could have done with Lee.
I mean, Lee would fight the argument. So the wording of this one is a bit prohibitive because all pedals should not have MIDI. Surely. However, if all pedals did have MIDI, then your choice to use it or not is there. Like much like the RE2 at the moment, and you completely ignoring the fact it has got MIDI, it doesn't make it any worse of a pedal for the fact that it's got a feature that you're not using. Whereas if you do choose to use it, it unlocks however many presets within this pedal that you just simply don't have access to. Is it something that every pedal needs? Maybe not. Because like my favourite pedal is the Mojo, and there's a setting that I like on it, and I'll set it there and it's all good. Do I need multiple settings within the Mojo? Probably not. I'll just buy another Mojo if I need another setting. But it's something that...
Are we assuming on the fact as well that if all pedals are coming with MIDI, that the prices aren't going to be stupidly high because all pedals have MIDI?
Yeah,
I mean...
This was my counter, is like, how much extra am I going to have to pay for my one knob fuzz pedal? Because it's got a MIDI system allowing me to have slightly different volumes for my one knob fuzz pedal.
I mean, that's problematic because the best mode is just all the way up.
The funny thing is Mr. Bimpson is also a huge advocate of the raise the dead.
He is.
Fuzz. So, like, mate, you've kind of shot down your own argument there straight away.
As much as I hate MIDI, I kind of get that, you know, for a delay pedal or a chorus or a reverb, you know, it has some functionality regardless of whether or not I want to use it. But for a fuzz, like I say, a one knob fuzz or even like a boost pedal, really, does a Tube Screamer need a MIDI?
You got one setting on the Tube Screamer, haven't you? You dial it in to the perfect sound for your guitar and your amp rig.
Yep.
Any deviation from that one setting is less good.
Yeah, because you set it at the good sound, the best of the good sound.
Yeah, you get the best sound, and then that's it. And you just want it on or
do
off.
That with literally all of my drive pedals. They are all set to one setting, and you know, occasionally for some of the ones that colour the sound quite a lot, you'll change it for depending on whether you're in a marquee or a real room.
Yeah,
and that's about as much as I'll ever tweak them. But like, every marquee sounds different, so I'm not going to have a marquee setting and a room setting because I just want to tweak to the right sound in the right venue.
Yeah,
but other than that, I like
it seems
drive pedals don't need it. Absolutely, there's the 100% not. Also, what the fuck are you going to do with a wah pedal with MIDI?
I mean, if you've got one of those wah pedals that does like an adjustable Q control and like an adjustable range, there could be. I'm really reaching here.
Range, like you'd stand on the treadle and then you adjust the range, and then
no, but like the adjustable range of that foot sweep.
Yeah, I mean, sort of, but like, I'm sorry to anybody who doesn't own a Dunlop Crybaby and like it gets really obsessive about your wah, but you're just wrong because every wah sound you've ever enjoyed on a record ever is a Dunlop Crybaby.
Oh yeah, like largely wah
maybe
sounds
it was
are the same, aren't
it
they?
was in the 60s, but it's a Crybaby.
Yeah, like they're much of a muchness, aren't they? They're basically a giant tone pot in a foot switch. It's hardly fucking rocket science now, is it?
Yeah, but yeah, like so. Yeah, this is that's my main argument against. I get it for a delay pedal. I don't really get it for reverb because reverb you have to dial into the place that you're playing, otherwise you're going to get lost in the mix. Delay.
But you could have like certain short reverb sounds for certain songs and long reverb sounds for like
that's
more
why
ambient
you've got 3 reverb pedals on your board.
or you could have one reverb pedal with MIDI.
Yeah. Okay. So I get it for delay. I sort of get it for reverb.
Yeah, like there's arguments for it.
Some modulations, maybe you want more than one. I mean, phase you don't. You just want that phase 90 whoosh sound.
Yeah, basically, I want to sound like Thin Lizzy. If I can't do that with the phaser, it's no good to me.
Yeah, but you also don't want to change that sound once you've dialed it in. Same.
It's
a flange. You want to sound like a jet
there on
engine.
the phase 90, isn't it? It's about like just before 12 o'clock, and then you absolutely sound.
Yeah, and the same with flange. You just want to sound like a jet engine, so you don't need it on that. Chorus, like if you've got multiple chorus, like if you're in an 80s tribute band, you do need 3 or 4 different styles of chorus. Fine, you can have it, but really, not every guitar pedal. No.
I mean, aren't we just advocating the M5 here? Because the M5 will do all of that.
And it has MIDI. It has MIDI.
There you go. So all you actually need... like,
do what?
If we rephrase this to all pedals should have MIDI as long as all pedals are the M5.
So the M5 has auto wahs that you can turn into a wah pedal with an
expression. Yeah. Oh man!
So you haven't got to press different buttons at different times to get a wah pedal sound.
No, you literally. You. I mean, okay, technically yes, because you have to turn it on and then stand on the treadle.
Yeah, but I mean that could be done via a MIDI switch, couldn't it?
You could. Yeah, I suppose you could put a MIDI switch on the end of your treadle.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that'd be convoluted. I'm not saying it's bad. It would be convoluted.
What basically what we're saying is what Andrew is saying is everything should be an M5.
Yeah, I think so. And I think if that's the case, he's right.
Yeah, I've come all the way round.
Yeah, we've come full circle. I mean, as long as you're not talking about the drive section, because the drive in the M5 the drive in the M5 just don't jive, is what I'm saying.
It's not only that though. Who wants drive pedals with no volume control? It doesn't have volume on some of the drive patches, so you can't set it at unity. So you just can't use them.
Yeah. So if we ignore the fact that it's got drive in it,
forget
all of the rest of it.
Yeah, okay. I'll let him have it. I completely concede.
But we're going to let the fate of the group decide on this one, because I think
and it just needs rewording to all pedals should be a line 6 M5.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm going to keep the wording as is, but I'm going to very much make the options point towards the line 6 M5.
Remember to lock them.
I will, yes, definitely. Otherwise, I'm going to get Bob Vance Refrigeration as one of the choices. As always happens on Pedal Boards of Doom, because of someone. I'm not pointing any. Yeah, it's definitely me. Right, so I did say that we'd talk about talk about Digitech. I've just told you, I've just spilt the beans there, haven't I?
A little.
What, Matt Bellamy?
Indeed.
Isn't
yes,
he caught
exactly.
now?
So, Cortec, aka Cort, who produced guitars for Ibanez, Squier, Manson, and the PRS SE range, have taken over Dodd Digitech, which is fucking awesome, because they are like Harman are a company who just did not know what to do with Digitech. They got Digitech in 2017, and by 2018, Digitech had fired all of its staff, essentially. Like all of the designing staff, they were fired. Which would suggest that there weren't the support for this group. It was very much we'll see how much we can like pump these pedals out that they already have got, and see if we can kind of squeeze a little bit more money out of this. Digitech have kind of fallen under the radar in recent years. Not really much been going on. But it's been a massive shame, because Digitech, as we talked about last week, have got loads of really interesting stuff in their catalogue. Like past and present, have got some really iconic pedals. So the fact that Cort have taken them over, pretty damn good. Before they fired their entire staff, Tom Cram, who was one of the lead designers, did have a 5-year plan for Digitech at that point, which I assume Digitech have still got, and have got like ideas for some of the pedals within that 5-year plan. So
But are they not like 4 years into this 5-year plan?
Yeah, I mean, but that 5-year plan just didn't happen. It was just on hold. So if Digitech have got that kind of that 5-year plan that was
But
proposed,
surely it was 2021 we're going to make a rat pedal, 2020 we'll make a tube screamer, 2019 we'll make a clon. So they've missed those boats now.
Yeah. Well, this year seems to be the year of the Dodd 250, doesn't it? Everyone's making a Dodd 250 clone. Digitech are pretty much Dodd. So reissue that motherfucker. Ching, ching, ching profits. Like, that is the way to come back with a bang, isn't it?
It's not a bad shout.
Yeah. So there you go. That's free advice, Digitech.
I can see them trying to go down the route of core to make that Matt Bellamy signature, like the one that Manson does.
Yeah.
So I can see them trying to see if they can get some sort of deal to put like a Chaos pad or something like that, or a Digitech equivalent, and try and do like a bit of a Matt Bellamy on a budget.
Maybe if they like integrated the whammy pedal inside one of the courts, that would be pretty awesome.
Well, Muse also use that, so that's not a bad shout. And also, they'll just do a clone of a fuzz face, because he's got a fuzz face in one of his guitars, hasn't he? So they'll just do a.
It's the fuzz face, or it's that
Fuzz Factory, innit?
Fuzz Factory. That was what I was looking for, not fuzz face.
Which is that's essentially a fuzz face, but with
3 extra
resistors
knobs.
as knobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we all
they
good.
had knobs that said words that didn't mean anything, didn't they?
Yeah, stab, fluff, chonk. Okay, sure. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if those were the actual names.
I think stab was one of them. Comp was one as well. I can't remember the others. Volume, gain, maybe tone, comp, stab. That's my final answer. Go on, Matt.
I'm just pulling up a photo. So we've got vol.
Yeah.
I think I know what that one is. Gate.
Oh, gate. Yeah, of course. Sorry.
Comp, drive, and stab.
Yes. I mean, that's 4 out of 5. And as Meatloaf said, 4 out of 5 ain't bad. Pretty sure that was the song. Anyway, that's our news for this week. The news was probably about 3 minutes long. The rest was... Oh man!
Much else news?
I mean, I've got more news, but that can wait for next week, because I was seriously scraping at the barrel of news this week to try and muster up a podcast. Turns out we can bullshit for well longer than the 30 minutes I allocated. So go team. Right, so it is where we end for this week. Before we do that, we give a massive extension out to our podcast Patreon backers, one of which was Mr. Andrew Boomson, who submitted the hot take, the lukewarm hot take this week. I'm not saying it's because he pays us that he got preferential treatment, but
if you are a Patreon backer, there is more of a chance of your hot takes being accepted on the podcast.
I'm not saying that as an official line here. Just it won't harm.
Just try it.
It's not going to hurt you if you try and sign up to the Patreon. Let's see what happens. So for as little as $2 a month, you can get preferential treatment too. The people are as follows: Mr. Andrew Bimpson, Mr. Hot Take Extraordinaire. We have got Mr. Adam Yeomans. We have got Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and of the Just Surprise Me podcast. We have got Mr. Hugh G. Rection.
And his brother Hugh Janus.
He's not paying us. He can be on he can be on here when he gives us the 45 cents of or whatever we get. Who else have we got? I've lost it. We've got
Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups.
We have got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. Woo woo woo. Yeah. Big shout out to him. There might be a very weird budget pedal chap, no talk all tone. Maybe I don't know what's going to happen, but there's going to be something exciting happen because of Mr. Ben Fletcher. Stay tuned for that. And we have got Mr. Brian Gare of the Tone Jerks podcast and of the Second Button podcast. Check out all of the podcasts mentioned because they are good. They are just really good. I mean, one of them has convinced me to watch Seinfeld, of all things. So, yeah, it's crazy. That Just Surprised Me podcast, isn't
it? Rumor has it that there may be another co-host on this podcast going on the Just Surprised Me podcast at some point.
Oh,
not Just Surprised Me, even the other one.
Masters. Noise. I am down to claim with that. I'm a listener anyway, so I will catch up with that. So if you're
in the future anyway,
faux show, we'll have a chat about this after the podcast. So if you want to catch me online, I am BudgetPedalChap. You find me Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. YouTube, of course, is the home to the No Talk All Tone series and the No Talk All Tone Versus series now, which bears a striking resemblance to someone else's video, but we won't mention that. Just don't Google it, please. Please don't. It almost looks shameless, and honestly, there's no correlation. Josh, we can find you at the Corona Mortis at Instagram. We can find you at JoshyZK at YouTube, and as a frequent host on Pedalboards of Doom.
Indeed you can, my friend.
Matt, we can find you at heel_MattQ. Definitely not at Twitch. Why are we even mentioning that? But at Twitter and at Instagram.
Correct.
Boom, boom, boom. I've done this before. This is an outro. This is really strong. So for tonight, bye. I mean, it was all good until that last turn. So from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from Joshy ZK, aka oh my gosh, it is Josh.
What's knocked?
From Mr. Matt Quine. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Woohoo! Yeah, wacky inflatable arm man. It will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. You're all a bit people. Bye. Goodbye, everybody.
I didn't tell you about my friend getting sacked from the zoo, did I?
No, you didn't.
He was caught spanking the monkey.
I mean, either way, you're going to get fired from the zoo. Like, whichever context for that.